Hi, I'm Nancy Lorenz from PK Move.
Hey y'all, this is Hala.
My name is Rosie.
My name is Izzy.
And I'm going to show you how to do a warm-up.
We're going to be working on the ground Kong.
Some types of agility ladder variations.
Today we're going to learn how to do precision jumps.
Start by clasping your hands together and just gently rotating your wrists to warm up the wrists. You should go in both directions. Next, you're going to place one hand under an elbow. Put your finger pointing toward the sky and just draw a circle in the sky. Make sure the movement is coming from your elbow and not from your wrist. Do this in both directions. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. Start small and then gradually get bigger. You should not feel any pain in your shoulders at this time. If you are done about 20 forward circles, go ahead and do circles in a backwards motion. Next, put your feet apart and just gently do some hip circles, bringing it around town. Go in one direction and then change directions. Now we're going to move to the knees. Just start with small circles and then gradually get bigger as you can and as it feels comfortable on your knees. You should not feel any pain in your knees for this exercise or this stretch. Oh, and here comes your pet. Whoa. Finally, we're going to work on warming up our ankles. Place your toe on the ground and rotate your ankle in one direction and then the other before switching to the other foot. You may also do these with your foot off the ground, but if you choose to do that, please be next to a wall. Now we go to the silly walks, just like in Monty Python. We are going to start by walking on the balls and toes of our feet. Make sure you're standing up straight and just walk around like that. Now we're going to switch to our heels. In this one, make sure your knees are soft and you're not tilting like you're going to fall backwards. Now we're going to do knee touches, high stepping, marching, and touch your knee with the opposite hand. This one you're going to row backwards and just bring your foot up in front of you. You should not be pitching forward. Make sure that you're standing up straight. This one we are going forward a little bit, trying to keep our back straight through the neck, down the leg. You here are lifting your heel up to the sky, and you should be squeezing your glute to raise your leg. Now we're doing inward hip rotations. So it's kind of like you're stepping over something, but bringing your leg inside. Now we're doing external hip rotations. Your leg going out from inside. If this is hard for you with balance, stay close to a wall.
I'm going to show you 3 variations. The first one is lateral in and out. The second one is 2-foot run, and the last one is jumping jack variations. If you don't have a stepladder, it's fine. You can also use it on tile. If you got some painter's tape, you can put it down and display some kind of ladder. Or you can use it imaginary, it's fine. So this one is the in and out. As you can see here, what I'm doing, I am putting one foot in front and then another foot joins it. And then I am going back right now and to where I started off. So one foot in front, one foot in back and forth, and back and forth. This one is the agility ladder drills. So I am quickly moving my feet forward this time. It's just like sort of like baby steps. And here I am going again. And make sure that as you can see what I'm doing, my feet, they're both touching each tile. What I'm doing here, I'm doing the single leg hop. So when I go forward, I'm on one leg, and when I go back, I'm on the other leg. So each time I go back, each time I jump on a single leg, my foot touches each single tile. And then this one is the agility ladder drills. I am jumping from across from each tile. And when I come back, I'm on the opposite foot.
Ground Kong is a good foundational movement. It builds strength, coordination, got some cardio in there. So one of the ground rules with parkour, when you're going to be putting weight on your hands, what we want to see is we want to see flat palms on the ground. I don't want to see thumb perching or fingertip perching. Flat palms on the ground. With that said, let's get going. There will be several progressions. The first progression will just be reaching your hands out in front of you and hopping your feet between your hands. So hands out, hopping my feet between my hands. When my feet come between my hands, I lift my fingertips off of the floor and I bring my chest up. You can do that again. This essentially is a ground Kong. A stick just means when you're landing, you have complete and total control. You're not falling back, you're not falling forward. See if you can do that. Give that a try. That's a good challenge. The next progression will be putting a line on the ground, and you are just going to be Konging over that line. So, hands on the ground. Did I clear it? I cleared it. Just barely, but I cleared it. That's our next progression. When you get more comfortable with that, you can go for longer distances. I might start all the way back here and do the same thing trying to clear that line. I definitely cleared it that time. Woo! So, for the indoor conditioning though, we are going to do essentially plyometric ground Kongs. So we'll just be going from one Kong to the next, to the next, to the next. This really gets the heart rate up. So, you're just going to be starting down here, hopping. As soon as you come up, you're doing it again. If you have like a certain length, like I do right here, you might try to say, hey, can I cross this line in only 2 Kongs? That way you're working on bigger Kongs. Can I do it? Let's see. Almost. Do you think I could do that length in 1 Kong? I don't know. Let's see. Almost. I didn't stick it. Give that a try. That's a good challenge. Do a Kong, see if you can stick it. Hey.
Hey PK Move class, I'm gonna show you how you do the precision jump. So the first step to doing a precision jump is actually finding a surface to jump on. So I'm going to show you what the jump looks like really quick, and then we're going to go and talk about surfaces. So the very first thing is finding a surface to jump on. So right here I have my wooden precision trainer. Now, I can use this to jump on, but I know that most of you guys probably don't have precision trainers lying around. So what you can do is go find other surfaces. If you go into your front yard, you just walk straight down to where the street is. Be careful when you do that. Don't get hit by any cars. There's still cars driving around. And you go to the curb that's right next to the street. You can usually find one of those, and works perfect. Otherwise, there's some other examples. I'll show you something we got around here, and yeah, cut to that. Here we got a piece of wood. Now it's not our ideal surface. It's definitely a little bit slanted, as you guys can see. It's leaning over this way. That's okay, we can still make it work. Whatever object I'm jumping on, I want to know how the object is, and I want to think about that. Before you jump on any object, make sure that it's solid. Make sure it's not going to break or move. Even if it's something that's solid, that's not going to break, but it might move a little bit, don't jump on that. So I'm going to show you guys what a precision jump looks like on this. Another thing we can do is actually use a piece of chalk or tape. Now, if you guys are in the house and can't really go outside right now, you can use a piece of tape in the house. That works perfect. You can put a piece of tape where you want to jump from, then another piece of tape where you want to jump to. Now, I have a piece of chalk right here, since I don't have any tape. This works great. So as you can see, I already drew one line. So this would be our starting point. Now I'm going to draw another line right about here. And actually, that's a pretty big jump. So let's do, just, for a starter jump, let's back it up a little bit. That's good. So what I'm gonna do now is just jump to the second line right there, or I guess the first one that's right in front of me. Trying to land on top of it. It's okay if one foot is a little bit out in front of the other. Just try and get them closer in. We're gonna talk more about technique in a second. So the very first step is actually swinging our arms back and then bringing them forward to go into the jump. When we're doing that, we're making sure our knees are a little bit bent. We don't want to jump with straight legs. So always bend your knees a little bit, swing your arms back, forward, and land. So now we're going to go over landing technique. So landing technique is going to be trying to land as softly as we can. We don't want to land super hard on the precision trainer because we're going to shock our knees and hurt our knees if we do that. So to avoid that, we want to land on the balls of our feet. That's what we call it in parkour. Balls of our feet, very front parts of our feet. This part of your shoe and foot right here, that's where you want to land. Not right on your toes exactly, but right underneath your toes. Make sure that you're not landing on your heels. If you're not landing in the middle of your foot, you're landing right on the balls of your feet. So if you guys are already jumping well, you're already jumping quietly on the balls of your feet with your heels lifted up, you're not hearing a big bang when you land, then you might be ready to go ahead and push your precision trainer a little bit forward. Don't push yourself too far. Just progress a little bit at a time up until you get to the point you want to be at. So that's our first jump, trying to land on that first line. We got our second line right there. Try and land on our second line. And as your jump progresses, as your jump gets bigger, you can put another line right in front of it and just keep going. You're happy with the spot you're at, or you just want to work on a little bit more endurance or more jumps. More jumps are always fun. We can actually write out more lines of chalk or put down more pieces of tape, and we can set up a road that looks just like this, only not with wood. So we're gonna land, jump, all the way to the end. Land, jump, land.
To begin with, we are going to get in the runner's lunge position. You should tuck your tailbone and you should feel a stretch in the front of your hip flexor. Now sit back, feel a stretch in your hamstring. And as you pull your toe to the sky, you will feel it in your calf. Now get into a little chair position and roll up your back through your spine. Switch sides. We're going to get into the runner's lunge again. Again, tuck the tailbone under and you should feel it in the front of the hip, your hip flexor. Now sit back into the stretch. You can brace yourself, feel the hamstring stretch in the extended leg before pulling up your toe and feeling another stretch in the calf. Put your feet together in the little chair and then roll up through your spine. Take one arm across your body and stretch it as shown. You should feel that in your shoulder. These should all be comfortable. If you're feeling any discomfort, please stop doing the stretch immediately. Now we're going to switch to the other side, across the body. Try not to let your shoulder float up. Reach behind. If you're having trouble meeting, you can always reach overhead and gently pull your arm that way. Clasp your hands behind your back and gently lift your arms up as you're able. This should open your chest. You should feel it opening your chest muscles. And then finally, we're going to do 3 deep breaths to wrap up our standing stretches.